Legends, so you can see me and hear me. Guys, lots to talk about on the itty-bitty bad boy Bitcoin, the world of cryptocurrency. I actually have an ulcer in my mouth. It hurts, but I'm going to survive, Legends. We're going to do everything we can to make this video beautiful and fast and neat. Guys, we're going to do the Bitcoin price action. We'll look at all these stuff on mdxalgo.com. We'll look at the indicators as well. Lots to speak about in this video. I'll get the sponsors out of the way right at the beginning. So come to mdxalgo.com, guys. Click on trade if you do want to trade these markets, guys. Get a Bybit account and get a BitGet account. The links are below. Bybit's actually doing a $30,000 giveaway right now. Insane when you sign up with the link below. And BitGet's doing around $8,000. You can use both of these exchanges as well with our automated trading bot. Come to mdxalgo.com/automation. But guys, all the links are below. You can literally see them in the description box. Bybit and BitGet are doing big bonuses right now. So guys, let's get straight into this. Let's get into the chart. So I'll make it really simple, and I'll let everybody come into the stream. But you know, if you're a replay viewer, guys, hit the like button and always watch the first half an hour to an hour of these videos. But I'm going to be completely honest and completely frank about what my thought process is about Bitcoin right now, and go through the long term, medium term, and short term. So for the short term, guys, I want to see Bitcoin try and reclaim this area as support. It's been resistance multiple times, guys. The mid zone between this range. If we can claim this for the bulls now, I think we do have a shot, guys, of having potentially some sort of bounce upside move towards resistance, okay? We've still got a little bit of ways to go. We're kind of trying to get it right now, but this area here is where I'm looking to see resistance. And obviously, guys, we have $20,000, okay? But level, you know, very short time, I'm talking like in the next like 1 minute to an hour kind of trading, less than a day, basically. This level is really crucial to get above. And guys, we have a very nice defined trend line from 2 points of data. And we have the support region, which we've found support on a couple of times of deviations. And I'm looking at around 16,078. 16,078, not 18K. 18K is actually what the resistance will be up around here. Legends are looking at 18,400, okay? So we're kind of sandwiched in between this. If you actually do a weekly candle, you can see that we're probably about 3/4 of the way down on the weekly. So if I zoom in and show you the last weekly, you can see here that this big, chunky, freaking girthy candle here, you can see we actually have a wick at the top and a wick at the bottom. We can't even see those, can't even draw them on. But you can see here, because we're about 3/4 of the way down on this weekly candle, and we do get the close in a couple of days. So, you know, the mid-range is around here, previous resistance. We're looking at the tops and the lows. So at the moment, guys, we are just kind of swinging within this weekly range. And I would say that for the Bitcoin bulls, we need to get above that mid-range zone here, where that blue box, as you can see on my screen. This is a very short term, guys. I'm going to go into medium term and long term in a minute and talk about everything else. We've got to freaking talk about this. All this shit with SBF, all this shit with the government trying to cover it up. We'll go into it in a minute. And also, we've got to talk about the other fucking bankruptcies and BlockFi. So yeah, we've got loads of people just slamming some stuff in the chat, guys. So in the live chat as well, put your favorite altcoins, guys. I am going to do altcoins in this video, and tell me, are you long or are you short? But let's stick with the freaking short-term leggies, okay? So this level here is really, really crucial for me. It's literally, you could say support, resistance, support, resistance, 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 deviation. So you can see it's a very, very crucial little point here. That's where we actually stopped when we found support on the first the prior dump, the first initial dump. And it's the mid-zone, really. You know, you could say a little bit higher, but between here and here, it's where we really want to be getting above, guys. It's the inflection point of the market. If we do get above that, guys, and hold it, I do see us having a move up towards prior resistance, which acted as support a few times as well. So we have got some significant SRs in here. If you're trading it, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I did actually take a scalp long in this range. I think it's just worth having a stop underneath. It's just worth having a stop underneath support here, guys, around here. You know, we've trended down so fucking quickly since the FBS crash and FTX, all that kind of stuff. I would just say that, in my opinion, it's worth having a jab at it. Not saying it's high probability. I'm saying it's worth having a jab at it. And I had played that trade. I actually did get long for around this region here. Slightly underwater right now. And guys, very simple. I get stopped out if we lose this level here. So I've got my stop loss around this region. We're looking around 15,800. If we do come down here, so actually it will be another lower high coming into it. If we did come down like this, guys, and then break through this, see it as resistance, guys, I think it's very, very likely that Bitcoin is going to go to $14,000 very fast. I could see it just being a quick move down, probably actually 1 hourly candle to get there. I would say that, yeah, it looks like the level to hold is in the way right now. I'll get rid of that. You've seen that already. But that is a level to hold, guys. It's confluence right there between the trend line and the support. We also do have, we actually are bought around stochastic carousel on the lower time frames as well on the hourly. So it's something like this, guys. We cannot get above this region. It just gets keep getting jabbed into it. We wick into it, we come back down, we break, we see resistance around here. I think it's a very quick move, guys, to $14,000. And then again, guys, you already know I have significant buy orders set all around this region, all the way from around 13,900 going all the way to 14,500. So it's literally a $1,000 kind of buffer in here. I think it's very likely we're going to get a bounce off this. There's a few guys on the internet who you've got to be really careful about, calling for, you know, ridiculously much lower prices. And I understand that, actually. There is a call for 10K. But a lot of people are calling this. They're saying that don't buy 14 because there's nothing in between here and here. So they're saying it's either, okay, you're not going to get anything on 14, they're saying. But I disagree. I believe that prior resistance usually acts as support, okay? This is the actually significant swing high of the bear market rally in 2019. So I think it's very significant. It does actually correlate quite nicely here as well with some volume. There's a few people saying that we're not going to get it. They would rather just play the whole range all the way down. And I disagree. I'm not saying that 10K is not on the cards, actually. I do think 10K can play out if we come to 14. I just don't think it's going to be a move all the way to 10 in one go. I would say that my likelihood is, in my book, is that we're going to get something at 14 first. And that's where I've set my buys. If we do go straight through, guys, all the way to 10, if we break the key level to hold, which I just showed you a second ago, if we do get that scenario, I will get stopped out. And then I will come back to the trading desk, relook at my trades, and be looking to buy 10 as well. So I'm basically playing the bounce trade all the way down. You guys know in bear markets, I love to play bounce trades on prior support on the way down. In bull markets, I like to buy support from the prior on the way up. Okay, so it's really, really simple. I'm actually looking to buy deviation plays on the way up, buy support and bounces on the way down. So that's kind of my main, you know, bread and butter, you could call it, or the meat and potatoes of my strategy at the minute. Now, there is other stuff I implement as well, depending on the market environment and structure, okay? So that's what I'm looking for, guys. This is the level to hold here. Boosh, bang in the mids. Level to hold, literally just spelled out pretty simply. And then, guys, in terms of right now for the bulls, if you guys are, I actually am in a small swing long, actually, from this, a scalp. I'm basically betting on this. This is my bet in the title. I'm betting that we get above here. And I think we could potentially get a little bit of a move up here, guys. I think it's actually the logical place to be, looking at some other markets as well. I'm going to show you some of the SPX, etc. in Dixie. But if that scalp long is stopped out, I will be stopped out around here, guys. We're looking at around 15,600. So that is really it. It's above here. That's the inflection point. If we find it as resistance now, I think we're going to 14K. So again, it's going to be a quick move. The range is likely going to get broken within the next, I wouldn't say longer than a week. I would doubt we'll still be here in a week. This is not a long, big, drawn-out consolidation. There's not a lot of volume here. I just don't think it's going to be that long. I think we're actually getting to this quite quickly, actually. So in the short term, you guys who are scalp trading, we're going to get something probably happening in the very short term, okay? So, guys, now, the reason I think it's going to be pretty good is because of SPX. Now, you guys probably saw my beautiful tweet I did the other day, which was such a fantastically beautiful tweet. I have to say myself, sir. I do think that we're going to get this on SPX. I don't know how well you can see that on this screen. Hopefully it's okay, because I've obviously got a few things up. But I'll make it this one, actually. I do think this is what we're going to get on SPX, okay? So I think it's going to be a 5-wave move to the upside. I think we're going to get a 5-wave Elliott kind of wave move to around 4,400 points. I do think we could break out a resistance here on this trend line because of some other markets. Now, this is traditional markets, guys, but the reason I'm saying this is more, I think this is probable to happen, is because I do believe that support on the way down will be held from SPX, and to correlate that across to Bitcoin, that's why I do think is a good place to be buying Bitcoin, actually, at 14K. So let me analyze this now. If we do come down to here, guys, and actually hold the prior highs, we could see Bitcoin have a little bit more down pressure. That could push Bitcoin to 14K. This market's going to close in probably around, so it's already closed. We've got 17 hours before it opens. This region here, guys, is important on SPX. I do believe that we'll probably get a bounce off it. If we do come a little bit lower, it could push Bitcoin to $14,000. But I still do see the narrative of this market coming up to around trend. And that is by looking at the Dow Jones. Let me quickly whip this out for you guys. There's a significant, still pretty decent correlation here. Dow Jones has actually broken out of its trend, and this actually isn't perfectly drawn. Let me just get it on for you absolutely perfectly, because I am a perfectionist. Why is it drawn so freaking far down? It's because I did a longer term one. It's going to be a little bit high. Doesn't really matter, does it? But yeah, so we have actually got a break out of this. I would say SPX coming to this level here is like it being at 4,400. A breakout of this. And guys, we do know that Nasdaq had a pretty good move as well, actually retesting the highs. And I do see this actually probably coming down and acting support at least once. You know, we might not make a higher high on this, but if we do get support on it once, I do think, again, that bodes well for SPX and Bitcoin. Dixie. Now, guys, I'm going to go to medium term, long term on Bitcoin, but you know, it's easier to talk about that because we kind of know what's going to happen for those medium to long term plays. So Dixie is trying to hold up a little bit of support here. I would say that this is not significant. It's in no man's land. I don't really see much here. For me on Dixie, I think that we are going to come to this support at some point. I think it really is in no man's land. Even if we did get, you know, a little bit of some momentum to the upside like this, I don't think we get above this. I think this will act as significant resistance, and then we come down later. This move here, you know, could coincide, like I said, with SPX coming down a little bit to trend, and then Bitcoin needs to be careful, because if Dixie does want to move up towards resistance, we could see Bitcoin actually break down one more time to 14, and then if SPX bounces, we could see something like this. That is, you know, on the cards here for the old itty bitty bad boy baby. A break of structure here. Some of the other markets look like they are losing a little bit of momentum, and I would say that that could result in Bitcoin breaking down, and that means I would get stopped out on my very short-term scalp long like this, guys. And that could result in then 14K being hit. And guys, I'm going to be an absolutely phenomenal. I wouldn't say phenomenal is the right word, but I'm buying a lot of Bitcoin at 14. I'm buying actually all the way down. I'm actually DCAing at the minute as well. I'm actually buying $5,000 worth of Bitcoin a day from cash reserves. So I'm scaling on DCA. I'm buying all the bounce on the way down because I do see good bounce trades here. And then we're just waiting to see how long this is going to take. You know, that kind of flips me out to the medium term. Now, medium term is not going to be nice for your ears, young men and women out there listening to this video. Let's start with medium term. We got the Committed Traders actually came out, the report, the other day. It was 3 days late. I've never seen that in the history of the CME, having a late report. Problem is, Legendays, the boys have increased their shorts significantly. I wouldn't say significantly. They've been fucking net short for months. But this is not a good sign, guys. You know, it's very unlikely we'll see the bottom with the dealers like this. Doesn't mean, okay, that we're near to the bottom and we just are range bound for 6 months sideways. That can happen, and that means the dealers will slowly scale out of this. But this is not a good sign for the short to medium term for the Bitcoin bottom being in. If the dealers are massively short, it's unlikely they're going to be exposed to massive upside gains. And look, when Bitcoin starts going up again, that is not going to look like that, sir. It's going to be the opposite direction, okay? They're going to be long when the market's going up. Asset managers have been hodling for dear life. Asset managers are basically exactly the same as any retail trader, you or me. They probably actually lost more money than you or me in the last 6 months in trading because they're fucking hodling like any other goddamn retail guy, okay? So nothing to really look at here. These people will just hodl for dear life and slowly get eaten up by fees, etc. on this exchange, okay? So the dealers are short. It's not a good sign. It was a 3-day late report. Don't like the look at that. What the fuck's going on? When FTX went bust, basically, they didn't send a report out. And I was like, oh, God, what's going on here? Is there some sort of tie with FTX? But no, it's okay. They just got a little bit flustered, sir. CBBI confidence is down at 3 Legendays. So I've actually never seen it in my time. I didn't even have the CBBI on the last bear market lows, okay? So pretty insane. It only went down to 2 or 3 for 1 day. It actually only went to 2 for 1 day last bear market, and it only went to 1 last bear for 1 day. So this could be the only day, you know, in the next several years that you see the CBBI confidence at 3. So I would say that this is probably one of the best times ever in history to buy Bitcoin if you're a long-term investor. If you're an investor, if you buy Bitcoin today, you are probably buying something which is going to appreciate or at least be at a lot higher price within the next year or longer, okay? I think it's very, very likely, looking at this chart, I wouldn't bet against this. This could be the only day in history, well, the only day in this cycle, sorry, that you see CBBI 3, which is a big deal, Leggies. So if you're a long-term investor, you buy. If you're medium-term, you're probably going to get bored out of your trades on your medium-term swings. So I'd say probably don't bother. Just wait for some sort of formation above 20. And if you're a short-term guy, I say the line in the sand is here. And if we hold, if we get above the mid-range here, I think actually we will see around 18,000. And I actually am betting on that on a short-term trade. If I get stopped out, fine. I'm looking to buy 14 on the next one down. And guys, you do have to remember that overall, generally speaking, you can see the news on this mdxalgo.com coming through. We still do have a lot of uncertainty in crypto, and we still don't know if there's going to be more bankruptcies, foreclosures, bank runs, freaking scams, rug pulls, and BS. So there could be some more volatility in terms of, FTX, look, FTX is all over the news. The mainstream media is trying to cover up the whole thing, which is quite funny, actually. I did a tweet about it earlier today, and I think a lot of you guys kind of understand what's going on here. The US media, mainstream media, is, I've said here, it's basically a propaganda engine or propaganda machine for the elite in the US, aka government, whatever it is, big business, big pharma, just big corporates. The media is going to blame the collapse of FTX on external forces as much as possible, because obviously, legends, America and the mass elite of the USA do not want to push away crypto exchanges from the US, because the more US exchanges, the more control they can have over the market. A lot of people are saying that FTX actually was a proxy for the US government to get their fingers in the pie and actually launder, do whatever they do, and try and manipulate through their licenses, okay? They were saying that FTX could have even been a proxy. So, they're going to start saying Binance is why you lost all your money. It's nothing to do with our corrupt companies at all, so don't talk about us. It's not us, it's them. And America is always going to use that narrative in the media, because the media is controlled by a few people. And I said here as well, the mainstream media doesn't want to discourage US-based crypto exchanges. They want cryptocurrency exchanges in the US so they can force their power through, manipulate them, control them. Exactly the same as what they've done with Twitter. It's literally completely 100% proven that the US government was in bed with Twitter. Guess what? It's not just Twitter, Legendays. It's not just Twitter. It's probably freaking every single organization or corporation or company or corporate there is in America, and that's called fascism, sir. And we're not going down that route, sir. Anyway, you guys in the chat right now like, shit, not this again, not another rant. Who wants to hear a rant anyway? Let me get back to the charts anyway. But guys, if you can hit that like button when you come into these streams, that's great. When you hit the like button, more people will see these streams. And if you appreciate this kind of content, I appreciate you. We've got a good question here. CME didn't put out data because of the federal holiday. There's no more coming up later too. Okay, cool. That's nice. Thank you for clearing that up, my guy there, Robble Barrow. I was thinking, fucking hell, what's the tie with FTX? Here we go. Federal holiday. Thank you. But guys, if you like this kind of content, hit the like button below, because then more people come into the stream. And the more likes I get on this video, the more dopamine that rushes through my veins, meaning I speak more about current topics in Z cryptocurrency Runiente. So that's that anyway. But I went through, if you just come into the stream, guys, obviously you can look at what I said before. But the main topic I'm saying here, legends, for the levels are the lows, which we're looking at $16,078, and this is the mid-range. If we get above here, we're looking to come to this next region up here, 18,000 something, whatever, legends, you know what to do. Guys, the indicators, so the MDX oscillators, the MDX indicators have been phenomenal. I actually do want to look at the daily on this and see if we have managed to get any more bullish divergence indications. So you see these green dots here, guys. It's very, very unlikely on this indicator, guys, on the oscillator 5, that when you get, say, let's have a look at this candle here. When you get 6 counts of bullish divergence, okay? This is actually 6 different indicators, all with bullish divergence on the same price point. This is on the hourly, sorry, the daily. You can see here, guys, that it's very, very unlikely you don't at least get a pretty significant sizable snap back to the other side. That's what I'm waiting for right now, guys, on these indicators. We do have TP, which means overexhaustion. We're still short, obviously. But on the daily, it is very, very powerful. There is actually not one example on this chart of there being significant bullish divergence without getting some sort of snap to the other side, especially on the daily, okay? So what I'm waiting for on these indicators, guys, I'm waiting to see a bullish divergence indication. Bullish divergences can give you a little bit of a heads up to where a top or a bottom's coming in. I think divergences are probably one of the best ways, regular bullish or bearish divergence, to finding where a top or bottom's going to be, or giving you putting the probability in your court for getting that exact point. Hidden bullish and bullish, hidden bullish and bearish divergences are slightly different because they're looking at continuation plays. But I'm waiting for something, guys, on the MDX oscillator 5. You can get those indicators you can see on the screen right now, guys, over at mdxalgo.com. So come to this website you see on the screen. You can actually get those indicators for free for 7 days. We actually have a 7-day free trial running all the way until the end of this year. There will not be a 7-day free trial next year, okay, guys? So you can get all of the features, the indicators. You can get the VIP Discord server. You can actually get a VIP traders group with 5 professional traders in it for you to speak to at any time. And then we have also got automation as well. Yeah, man, I'm good. Of course, I'm liking my own tweets, bro. I'm battering all of my own tweets. I like my own tweets because I like what I say. I like what I do. Let me like that one as well. I like what I say. I like what I do. You got to pump the numbers, legends. If you don't like yourself, then there's no point even starting, babe. Babe, do you like your own tweets? Do you like all of my tweets? And do you like your own tweets? You do? Yeah? Okay, legend. I said, do you like your own tweets? And you were like, yeah. Right, so yeah, guys, so all that stuff on Twitter is all good, but I'm talking about the mainstream media, etc. It's just a load of bollocks with the SPF stuff. Like, I don't really see it being the end. There are some other big companies as well. There's one called Genesis, which is not. It's going through a load of shit as well. So if we do see some more crap hitting the fan, we could see some more volatility and some more turbulence. But you know, like I said in my specifically in cryptocurrency, general global mainstream news is bad. News and shit within crypto is even fucking worse because it can actually move the price a lot more. So it's kind of mental. I don't really listen to any of it. I'm keeping it very, very simple. You know, long term, we've never seen CBBI 3 for more. Okay, we've only seen CBBI 3 for literally, we didn't even get there before. So we've only seen CBBI 3 in 2 days ever in history. Okay, that is a really big fucking call, guys. Okay, that's a very, very significant thing. You know, CBBI 3 doesn't come around that, you know, it comes around at the very, very bottom of bear markets. And I would say that, you know, long-term investing, this is probably one of the best times you can get. This is probably one of the best times ever to buy Bitcoin, considering that the next halvening is going to be a more powerful halvening as well. I'll go into that in another video, but some of the token economic, some of the economic principles of Bitcoin with the halvening, the next one's going to be a slightly more powerful halvening as well. So I think this is a really, really good time for a long-term investor to buy Bitcoin. CBBI 3 legends. Obviously, guys, medium term, we're probably going to be sitting on our hands for a while. It's, you know, we're not going to get anything for at least 6 months probably now. I said 3 to 6 months from the prior crash, the previous crash. I said we're going to get 3 to 6 months. We've been here now for at least 3 months. Okay, we've been here for literally 3 months. We're looking at July, August. Yeah, we're at 4.5, nearly 5 months. So we've done already my 3 to 6 months target. Now, guys, what we're looking at is for the medium term, we're probably going to be looking at bringing us out to the actual halving. Let's have a look, sir. Here's the price action. This purple line here is the halving. We've probably got, leggies, considering our previous little cycle here. Let me get rid of that a second. Our previous cycle, it took us, after halving, we had, let me go on the daily. Actually, I'm on the daily. It took us how many days to get to the breakout of the all-time highs? It took us around 200 days. 200 days, was it? It was 215 days. Wow. Yeah, it's obviously not going to be 20 days, is it, legends? So, two-thirds of a year, basically. A little bit less, actually. So we're looking at around, frickin' hell, yeah, 8 months, 9 months. So we've got till our halving coming up. It's probably going to be a lot longer than that, obviously. 417 days till the next halving. So I would say that on the medium term, guys, yeah, it's probably another 3 to 6 months of just chiming around. I don't actually think it will be 3 to 6 months of actually this, though. You know, it'll either probably be coming down to 14 a bit lower like this. That's probably too low. 14K around like that. Or we get a bear market rally and we come to around here and then back down. I think the bear market rally is probably more plausible. I do think 14K is still on the cards, guys. You already know that I think 14K can happen, looking at everything I just spoke about. But, you know, look, let's have a look at our previous cycle. You know, we had a phenomenal bear market rally in this bear market here. So big bear market coming down. When we actually broke this trend line, you can see significant bear market rally. Actually ended up retracing to the lows again, which is absolutely fine for a bear market rally to be rejected. It's a big rejection, but it gave the market the confidence to rebuy the lows, and actually we saw the highest break of 14. So we could get something like that, guys. You know, we could get something like 14K back down, a bear market rally up to probably around 28,000, rejection back down, up again, and then actually, you know, moon off into the sky after halving. I do think after halving it's going to get very, very bullish. This is going to be more powerful halving as well. So, you know, this could be, you know, we could come a little bit lower. Like I spoke to about the reasons why I think we could go a little bit lower in this video. Obviously, we break the short-term stuff. The short-term levels we need to hold. If they get broken, we're going to go 14 very, very quickly. And then looking at other fucking markets as well, like SPX, if we do break trend on that, it could be a little bit hectic, sir. Let me drink some water. It's I'm very thirsty tonight. Ask some questions as well, guys. I saw another channel. What? What is that word you wrote there, sir? What the fuck is that? Eri? That supposedly there are more shorts than ever in BTC history. maybe there's more shorts in BTC history, okay? But what you have to be really, really careful is who's shorting. Because, you know, there could be massive players shorting who are top traders' accounts on exchanges. What I look at on my analysis is I look at Binance, I look at Bybit. I used to look at FTX, that's gone now. But we're actually going to change this API here to make it so it's a bit smoother in terms of analyzing the Binance long to short ratio. So, you know, we're going to have Binance retail traders and Binance top traders. So I would say right now that the market is more long, okay? And the reason I would say the market's more long is because Binance, this API we have on this indicator here, this is actually showing just the retail traders on Binance. It's not showing top traders. So this actually is saying that 63% of the market is long on Binance, and it's excluding top trader information. We don't want to know what the top traders are doing. We don't want to know what the biggest accounts are doing. We want to know what the smallest accounts are doing. And that correlates a lot better on the charts. You know, we're going to get a chart made which will literally overlap the Binance long to short ratio without top traders. You will see when the market gets very long, the price goes down. When the market gets very short, the price goes up. And what happens is everybody longs the top and everybody shorts the bottom. We want to see more fucking goddamn shorts from retail. And we want to see the dealers. We want to see the guys who know how to trade this market. We want to see them long. This is not going to look like this, Legends. When the market turns around, it might take a few months. We know the dealers can, you know, they might just scale out slowly over the next 6 months. Fine. But when the market does begin to rally, when we get above 28,000, we start breaking some structure, we start looking like we're coming up towards the highs, I will bet you $1 trillion. If I had $1 trillion, I'd do the bet. But I don't. No one fucking does. But I would bet you. I will bet you right now 1 Bitcoin. Anyone want to take that bet? Okay. I'll do it in the chat right now, guys. In the chat. I will make a bet of 1 fucking Bitcoin on this video. If you dare to make that bet with me, tell me in the live chat right now. CC, straight up, bet. Okay, we'll make the bet. I will bet you 1 Bitcoin that the dealers will not be this exposed to shorts when Bitcoin gets back above $30,000. I would tell you right now that this is not going to happen, okay? And if you want to take that bet, Legends, I will happily take your Bitcoin from you. But guys, in the chat as well, I want you to tell me something very, very important right now. This is very, very important to me. I need to hear this from you, okay? Are you long or are you short on the market? I need to know. I'll do a poll. Let me poll this shit out. How do I add a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. All right, ask a question. Maybe literally. Yeah, long. Well, let me just fuck that off. Trade. Not yes. Long. Shitter, son. Short. Yeah, no, tell me in the chat, guys. I need to know what's going on. Because I want to hear what's cracking like and ask your community. Whoa, what happened there? What the fuck was that, sir? Yeah, guys, are you long or are you short? And guys, there is obviously a link there to MDX Algo as well. But I need to know what's going on, guys. And also, if you hit the like button, that'd be great. We only got 100 likes and 400 people watching. I'm not very happy about that, sir. Actually, can you please like? But yeah, but I'll let you guys all answer that poll and I'll come back to it. But yeah, so you can see, Legends, on this very, very beautifully designed and created chart by your savior, Old Lord MDX. That sounded fucking weird. By me, MDX Crypto. Look at the show me the artist. Wait, what is it? Show me the art. Show me the artist. This is the halvings. So you can see that these purple lines are halvings. We've got a little bit of time to go. But, you know, I would say that, you know, as the cycle's going along, it's been a pretty decent bear market in terms of not being that aggressive from previous ones. Like this one, I think we went down 84%. At the moment for Bitcoin, I think we're 77%. And it's definitely been a slower. Oh, you could actually say it's about the same, actually. We had a very quick move here. This actually was very, very nice trading range. I actually had a really good tradable time in this. It just wouldn't stop bouncing off 6K. And it was just like, it was such a logical place to buy. I remember just buying 6K on multiple occasions, just making like multiple tens of Bitcoin. I know a lot of guys who got wrecked on the last move. That was unfortunate because if you didn't have a stop loss, you know, everyone just thought 6K was never going to break. I remember at this point here, like the whole world. I mean, I'll leave it zoomed out. You don't have to zoom in. The whole world and your mother, your cat, your dog, your fucking goddamn goldfish was all looking at the chart saying, yeah, 6K is not going to break. It's the floor. It's going to hold forever. So much bullish narrative. And I'll show you the wick of death, actually. I actually used to call it the wick of death for my friends. This wick here on the daily, this move here was so fucking funny. And it was clear manipulation from market liquidity providers. This high here was the level which had to get broken, okay? And if this level got broken, we made a higher high and we held the lows, okay? So it's a really, really good sign. I remember when this daily candle wicked all the way up, guys, and it made a higher high, okay? When it came back down, what it caused was so much retail just saying, no, guys, it's done now. The wicks happened. Even though it's a wick, people still say we had a higher high, we're moving in, we're going to come back round, and we're going to break the highs and move up from here. The problem is about the wick of death is it changed people's thought processes. And then the amount of guys who got licked on that without having a stop loss was just fucking dire. I know so many guys on cross, like, no, bro. They're like cross margin. They're like, man, we made a high high. We're going to hold. I really think we're good. This is it. 6K is the bottom. Everybody had made so much money on every single 6K bounce that it was almost like trained into people to think that it was just going to happen again. And then I would say 70% of people who made money on these moves lost everything on that move because fucking no one had to stop. I remember it to this day. I know someone who lost like 8 Bitcoin in a minute. I was like, oof. No, guys. You need to use a stoppie. You need to stop those lossies. But yeah, anyway, so I was banging on. Let's have a look at the poll. So we got here long. Oh, shit, man. It's like 50-50 right there. So we've got slightly more longs, which kind of looks like Binance right now. You see Binance is 63% long, 57% long on my polls here. How many people have actually competed in this or competed? 125 votes. Okay, it's quite a big amount of people to vote on it. Can you all vote on it, please? Are you long or are you short? You need to tell me. If it's the same as Binance, then it's even more. Yeah, okay, it's about, 56% long. But just don't want to bang on about that too much. But that there was pretty dire. I think that we are actually doing, this 6 to 3K move was the capitulation. Obviously in hindsight we know it. I remember at the time everyone was just saying, no, we're going lower, we're going lower. Everyone was it was like ultimate fucking depression. I remember like Tone Vase and all those fucking idiots were like, no, it's done, we're going lower, we're going lower. At that time I did a big accumulation in my portfolio. I managed to accumulate probably some of the most amount of Bitcoin I ever did. Even more when I bought 600. And then, so I think that there is probably what we're going through now, we're experiencing right now. And I would say that 14K is the next level of support, which I will look to buy. I already said that. Not saying we have to get there. I do think 14 could happen if we lose the micro stuff, which I just showed you. But because of the narrative, let me just get up my S&P charts as well. I need to get my S&P charts up, guys, because the traditional market's looking good. Let me show you. Come on. Stop being silly. So you can see here, Leggies, I do think this is quite probable. I actually think it's highly probable. I don't know if you can see this on the chart, because my screen might be in the way. But I do think this is going to happen. And I would say I'll probably put about 60 to 70% chance on this. And this is by going through everything else I said on SPX. I do see SPX... is whip up the actual chart for you. Going on Twitter and looking at it, it's just a little bit. So you can see here, guys, that SPX is looking like it's going to come back down to support. Even so far, this is correct because this move, this the third wave down, this wasn't even drawn. I drew this fucking few days ago. We are now getting exactly that. You can see here we are. This is gonna. I just think this is going to be completely textbook. It's really setting up to look like the ultimate fucking goddamn 5-wave move. So you would say that now we're doing that third wave down. So 1, 2, 3, here's that, and then we get the breakout to 4,400. We're getting that move now, happening perfectly as predicted, sir. But let me get off log actually a second. And then so if we do get that, I do think we're going to break to around 4,400 because the Dow Jones has already broken out. Now we have support to get through. NASDAQ looks pretty good. We will probably do something like this, like that. And then even if we get a little bit of a bounce, it's still good enough, okay? Dixie's also wrecked. We're in no man's land. I don't see us stopping here. Okay, there's two ways. We go here, and then we go here. Or we go here, and then we come back up, okay? I think it's probably something like this, okay? But, look, Dixie might have a little bit of an upside move. Look, let me just fucking explain from the very beginning. If Dixie does come to hit this as resistance again, and we do see SPX pull back a little bit more, which would be fine. That would just mean that SPX comes a little bit further down. Likely, not saying it has to happen, but it's likely that will happen. I would say that Bitcoin is going to go $14,000. If Dixie does rally up to see it, I think Bitcoin's going to go 14. If you actually zoom in on this, I'll show you where the levels are. Where are my levels, sir? My mouth is so dry tonight. Why? Yep. It's all the vaping, probably. I need to stop vaping, guys. I won't even show you the amount. I've done 25 vapes in 2 weeks. And, what? They're $10 each. Whoops. It's not like I can't afford it, but, like, it just feels like a little... It's not pissing your money up the wall. It's breathing your money up the wall, sir. Sounds a bit more disgusting, doesn't it? I'm going to breathe my money up the wall, sir. I can't even laugh anymore. My mouth hurts so much. I got one of those things in my mouth. Anyway, none of that's working. So, yes. These are levels for the... If you just come into this stream, let me just quickly reiterate the lower levels. I am in a short-term long at the minute. I do think it's worth having a long open at this point in time. Just for the... just to basically preempt a deviation of the mid-zone here. This level here. If we do get back round and we hold above here, I do think it's quite likely, guys, we're actually going to see $18,000 on some move to the upside. If we can reclaim this zone here, I think it's worth the risk for me to take a long. My stop loss is around 15,600-ish, around under here. And the level to hold is here. So if we do get above here and hold, I think we're going to go 18,000. I'm betting on that on a very, very short-term scalp trade. If we don't get it, guys, we come down to here. I think we're actually going to break down, see it as resistance, and I think we go to 14K very, very quickly. I do not... It's going to be one of these again. Doof. It's not going to be anything holding, and it's very unlikely it's going to hold. We're going to go to 14 very, very quickly. And then I have all of my... I have so many buy orders, legends. I literally have buy orders fucking littered all around here. Because I do think it's very likely that we will get quite a nice move off that. I think it's good risk reward to be buying 14. And I've got orders set from literally 13.9 all the way to 14.5. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at on the short term. I think that will happen if we do see Dixie actually come back up and retest to here. And that will coincide with S&P coming down a little bit. Just want to make sure you know, if you just... I also want to clarify something very, very clearly. I want to clarify something very clearly. With this chart, guys, there is an invalidation point. And you have to be very careful, okay? I do think this is going to happen on SPX, but there is an invalidation point. That invalidation point is trend. If you break trend, it invalidates the 5 waves, okay? Then you're looking at ABC, or you're looking at a corrective move, okay? Or a corrective wave structure. So this is just on the premise that SPX holds this... Oopsie daisy. This is on the premise, guys, that I think we're going to get something like this. I've shown you a billion times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think, you know, whether we stop here or here remains to be seen. I was just overshooting it, giving it a little bit of a higher expectation, just because we've seen Dow Jones and NASDAQ actually break out of those levels already. Okay, so it might have some catching up to do. But if we do come down like this, and then we go bada bing, bada bong, and we break here, and then we come up, that is invalidation. That's invalidation, and we're going to come back down. It's unlikely that if you don't hold trend, that this will actually be to here. It makes it less probable, okay? It actually makes it less probable as well, guys, just to be very textbook with you in terms of like traditional trading principles here. You know, it actually makes it less likely if we break the highs, okay? So if we actually lose these levels here, technically speaking, it actually does make it a little bit less likely, but it's not, you know, it's not the be-all, end-all. You know, it's much more likely for a market to carry on going if it doesn't even break the previous high, because then you're actually just finding support on the previous high. So then it's actually better because you're seeing that buyers are prepared to step in at a higher price. If it breaks it, then you can see actually a little bit of leeway here. Doesn't mean it still can't get off trend, but it does technically bring down the probability. If you really want to go down to statistical trading and stuff like that, then you can, but it takes a little bit of effort. A lot of effort with not much outcome. But, you know, if you're doing this professionally, it's probably good to look at it. So have a look, guys. Oh, yeah, I got a competition going on Twitter as well. So if you do want to be in the chance of winning one whole Bitcoin, and guys, do not fucking underestimate this. We have got, I have now got 18 days. Let me quickly check. It is right now. Why am I looking at the time? I don't know why I'm looking at the time. But yeah, I got 18 days basically, or a little bit less actually. Sorry, 14 days. Wave 4 cannot be lower than wave 1 unless you're in an A wave or a leading diagonal. One sec, let me get rid of that. Yeah, good evening, legends. How are we? Guys, also, hit that like button, guys. The more likes we get, the better, because it means more people come to these streams. We have 425 people watching right now, and only 100 and something likes. I can't see the amount of likes. It just says 1. In my reality right now, it looks like I have 1 like. Like, imagine how, like, at least make it say 2 or 3. Like, I need some dopamine, legends. If you could hit me with some dopamine, that'd be great. I do slave away at these videos, having fun with you on stream. So if you could like the stream, guys, you know, just help a brother out. You know, if I'm your brother from another mother, you know, you can just help me out, okay? That'd be great. Smash the like button, guys. That'd be great. Also, I want to just go through a few of the partners. So this is mdxalgo.com. You can see on the screen. And you can get access, guys, to our indicators, the MDX oscillators and the MDX indicators. These indicators are the best in the industry. We have the biggest update we're ever going to do coming up in the next few days. So these are the indicators, guys. You can actually get them from mdxalgo.com, all different time frames. I'm literally going through them now. You can go on the 30-minute, go on the 45-minute, and it basically tells you when to buy and sell. So you have a short signal here all the way down, long signal here. You get the gist. You can get those, guys, from mdxalgo.com. You can see it on the screen. You also get the VIP traders group. You get access to 5 professional traders 24/7, including me. And legends, we have a big one coming right now. If you do want to trade these market ruinientes, 429 people watching. Yeah, come on, it should be 420 likes, leggies. But guys, there's a link below, guys. So check out the links below. Bybit's actually doing a $30,000 giveaway right now. It's pretty insane. And BitGet as well. The links are literally just below in the box below this video. If you use those links to sign up to the exchanges, they'll give you big bonuses when you sign up. And you can also use these exchanges to use our automation system. So if you click on automation here, I'll quickly show you it. This is a big fucking deal because this is our the MDX trading bot. You can actually come to mdxalgo.com and you can use these start copy trading buttons, and that'll actually take you over to the exchange, and you can actually use our MDX trading bot for free, legends. I would actually recommend using BitGet because it's completely free to trade on BitGet with our bot. Bybit takes some fees. But I'm just saying, come to mdxalgo.com, guys. Click on automation. You can see it on the side. When you click on automation, it'll actually take you to that screen, which you can click on those links and then get through. But trade, you can if you just get a Bybit account and get a Phemex account. I am topping up every single week. I'm topping up one person's account with 0.01 Bitcoin. So literally, with the links below, if you make a BitGet account or you make a Bybit account, you could win 0.01 Bitcoin every single week, guys. I'm doing that. So the links are below, guys. Use those. And Bybit's doing $30,000 right now, so it's pretty cool. Win those gains, leggies. Win those gains. You know what to do. How long have we been streaming for anyway? So yeah, we've got 200 more likes coming in. In terms of Bitcoin, you know, let's go back on the short-term time frames. I'll actually do a poll right now and ask you guys what you think is going to happen, because it would be interesting to know. Let's go on the 5-minute, legends. Let's get right down there and have a look at what the fuck's going on with the itty-bitty. Right, I'm going to ask you guys another question, okay? How do I actually ask another poll? So right now we've got 245 votes on this, and 57% of you guys said you are long. It's almost the same as Binance longs. We've got 63.3% on Binance. So most of you guys are long. You know, this is kind of the problem, legends. The problem is that we want to see more shorts, but everybody wants to be that guy who gets into a position from the very bottom. You know, it's that everyone wants to try and catch tops and bottoms. So you can gloat to your friends about how smart you are, even though it makes you look like you're not a professional trader, because if you're trying to catch your top or a bottom, you're probably not profitable. So that's why I fucking love when these people like Richard Hart come out and they're gloating about, oh yeah, I told you to sell the top, or I told you to buy the bottom. That literally just proves that you are going to be an unprofitable trader. And also, that fucking Richard Hart guy banging on about how he said to sell the top. Richard Hart is so funny. He is the biggest scam in crypto because he just lies pathologically. It's just fucking hilarious. I remember, so he says that he called the top and told everybody to sell the Bitcoin top. I remember Richard Hart went on a show called is it called Kitco or something? Kitco. He basically said sell Bitcoin, and he said sell Bitcoin around here. Okay, get out of Bitcoin. And he was saying, get out of Bitcoin all the way along here. Bitcoin's going to $10,000. And he actually called it here on Kitco. He said, it's over. Bitcoin is going to drop to $10,000, right? And that's when he said Bitcoin's going to go to 10K. Bitcoin then turned around and rallied all the way to the highs. And then we had the next macro high at 69K. And then it broke all the way back down, guys. And now it looks like it's going to 10K. He is now claiming that he called the top by saying that Bitcoin's going to go to $10,000 here. That's when he said it's going to go to 10K. And then he's claiming it's going to go to 10K now after Bitcoin went up. Let me just have a look from where his call was. It went up 150% after he said it. Got to be so fucking careful, these people, guys, because they will say anything to get some clout on the internet. And he's probably got more people wrecked than any other person in cryptocurrency, hands fucking down. Just wanted to get that one out there. It's insane. Right, let's do another poll. So I can't do another poll. What's going on? Guys, no. Polls. Oh, God, it's too delicious, sir. What about time frames? 10K impossible. Well, it's not impossible. I'll tell you that right now. 10K is definitely not impossible. Okay, if we lose these levels, you can see on the screen now in the short term, I think it's very, very likely we're going to go to $14,000. I don't think we go straight to 10K on that scenario. I think actually we find 14 and then 10K is next. There's a lot of people saying, you know, analysts I know actually saying that they don't think 14K is going to hold. I actually do disagree with them. I think 14K is very, very logical. It's actually the swing high of the bear market rally in 2019. I think that's very, very important. So I would say that we do find support on it. As of right now, I am in a small swing long, and under the anticipation that we potentially could get above here. That would be my trade there, trade setup. Deviation across it. I'm taking a little bit more risk than I should be, but I think it's an okay. You know, you can break your rules every now and again in your own strategy. So I am in a swing long actually. My stop loss is around here. It's not a big position, so I'm more than comfortable to give away my entries and exit on it. But it's that's what I'm trying to do here. But then I would say that my main trade is going to be buying 14. I have significant buy orders down here. And either or way, if I get stopped out and I buy here, it's likely going to get a bounce. So I'd say that the probability of getting a bounce is quite high there to basically get back the loss on that previous trade if we get stopped out. And then if we do get above here, guys, I do think we're going to go to 18. That will be hold support. And then I think we get straight through all this and we come to around 18.5. But we do have a few different factors to obviously think about. We don't know which fucking company is going to go bankrupt next and freak everybody out. No point trying to wait for it, but you know it can happen. Anything can happen anytime in any market. And then we have the dynamics of Dixie, where we could see a rally back up to resistance. I do think ultimately we're going to come down to 100 points on 103 on Dixie. It's just we might get a little bit of a bounce before. This is no man's land. You know, it's unlikely we're going to go from here all the way and actually then create a new fucking, you know, move up into the moon. I think it's definitely something like that actually. But I think we're going to come to support at some point. If we do get this move here, it could correlate with SPX coming a bit down a little bit lower, like we've spoken about a billion times, but SPX coming to around here, something like that. And then I would say actually it's probably more likely that Bitcoin's going to go to 14K in that scenario. If Dixie does want to keep pushing up towards resistance, I think we go 14. And then I think we're going to get significant buyers coming in. But guys, I want to ask the question. I want to ask you the question, okay? Oh yeah, end the poll. So thank you guys for participating in the poll. 300 people, very nice. I'm going to do another poll. What price comes next? What price, can't even see my keyboard, comes next, sir? So I'm going to say 14, 14K Rooney 80, or 18K. Let's play a little game, guys, okay? Ask your community. Let me drink some water, and I will ask you guys. We're at around the mid-zone of that, aren't we? We're at like 16.8 or something, aren't we? Yeah, 16.6. Oh, that's not a good number. We're at 16.6666666666666. Not good. Right, so we've got here 18K. 55% so far. Let's get everybody doing it, all right? MDX Crypto, what do you think we will see? We will see front running with selling of risk assets before SPX sells off, and vice versa if SPX rallies. Do you think we will see front running with selling of risk assets? Well, you know, look, SPX is something that's generally actually defined as a risk market. Equity is not value. Equity actually is risk on quite a lot of the time, especially where it is in the market in terms of the market environment. You look at like commodities, gold, you know, some probably higher blue chip stocks, which you look at value. And you could look at like home, you know, good balance sheet, you know, old classic businesses. But yeah, I would say that I don't really understand that question, sir. We would need one more big scare in the market. don't need it, sir. 18K, a lot of people are saying. We would need one more big scare in the market. China FUD, Russia FUD, Gemini or big exchange crashing, etc. Gotta have one last moment to get 10K. You know, it's a very interesting thing you mentioned there about, you know, the China FUD, the Russia FUD, the fucking RUD FUD, because there is unlimited FUD that can come out at the minute. You know, when I look at the CBBI though, it's a real challenge right now. We've only ever seen CBBI 1 on one day in history. The 15th of January 2015 was the last time I got CBBI 1. I'd quite like to see what happened on that day, actually, sir. So let's go back in the days. Let's get a Bitstamp chart up. That doesn't go back far enough, so let me get my Bitstamp chart. Where's my Bitstamp? Yes, we go. So let's have a look at January 15, 2015. So it's going to be... That's actually hilarious, isn't it? It literally comes down to the wick of this move. January 15. It's going to be here, isn't it? Yep, January 15 was the wick down. It was the bottom of the bear... Actually, it went a little bit lower, but let's just say for argument's sake, it was the bottom because it's off $5. 15th of January 15 was the 2015 bear market low, basically, okay? So right now, we are on CBBI 3. We've never, ever seen CBBI 1, except that day. That was the only day we've ever seen CBBI 1 on that fucking day, okay? So if we do go to 14K, and we go to 10K even, we're probably going to get a CBBI read of 1. And I just have to go by, you know, the statistics here. You know, this is no joke. This is 11 on-chain metrics, 11 on-chain indicators in one index. You know, I know it's one graph, and everyone's like, it's one thing. It's not one thing. It's 11 different things built into this. And everyone's like, oh, everyone posts like an on-chain, you know, chart from fucking Glassnode. And it's like, I'm a genius because I went on a product and bought it for fucking 10K, and I posted a chart, and this is the only chart which works. How's about doing some real good fucking analysis? You know, the guy who made this, Colin Talks Crypto, is G. He's a fucking G because he's using traditional principles in terms of aggregating multiple data points into one thing as an index. Indexes are really powerful. They're much more powerful than just going through every single chart and trying to fucking work out, you know, that chart, that, you know, why do that? Just aggregate the data together and put it into one chart. Fucking genius. So this is significant. I think if we do go to 10K, we're going to get a CBBI 1 read, and we've only had one day in history ever we got that. So I think it's pretty significant, guys. You know, I'm definitely a buyer long term. You know, I've said from the very beginning, if you're below CBBI 10, if you're below 10 on the CBBI, I'm a net buyer. I'm buying $5,000 a day DCA every single day. I'm buying every single bounce, obviously with stops on short term, medium term, and I'm not really doing any long term because that's my DCA. I'm just buying every single day. Right, so on trading, I'm looking at those levels and I'm just buying the bounce. You guys know my strategy. If you've been watching this fucking channel for long enough, you know my strategy. It's worked for me for years, if not nearly a decade. What I do is I buy support for the deviation long, or I buy support for the bounce. That's all I do. That's all I fucking do. It's so simple. Because when you're buying support on the way down, you have prior levels you can play off. All right, that's actually probably too far. You have prior levels you can play off. So you can use Fibonacci retracement tools to give you an idea of where you might go. And then you have other levels as well. Prior SR. Key SR levels you can bounce off. So I love playing the bounce trades on the way down because it's very likely you're at least going to get a little bit of a move to the other side so you can put your stop and break even so you don't lose money. And then flip back into cash. Because, you know, when you're doing the bounce trade strategy, you're holding cash. So your cash bounce trade. Oh, take some out. See on the flippers. Because when you're fucking short, when you're in cash, you're short. So you hold 500K of cash. Like I did. I sold like 400 or 500K of altcoins. And you just play the bounce all the way down. It's a really, really nice, simple strategy which works. It's effective. And then for the long plays, what you're doing is you're waiting until you hit... So you just flip your chart over. And you wait till you hit resistance on the way out. So like, you hit resistance. And then you buy support. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So you buy the next one down. And you just play the deviation play. Right, we got 8. A lot of people think 18K is coming next. A lot of you mofos, so a lot of you guys are long. And a lot of you guys think 18K is coming next. Ooh, that's ringing a bell in my mind, isn't it? Everybody's long. Everybody thinks the price is going up. You know, a lot of... Whatever your position is, you will say the way it's going to go, sir. if you really are long, okay, if you were really smart about this, and you really wanted to deceive other people, you would do this. You would be long, right? And you would say that I'm in a long position, guys. I'm in a long position. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, you can check out the fucking books. You can look at my orders. I'm in a long. But if I asked you, where do you think the price is gonna go? Is it gonna go up or is it gonna go down? Is it gonna go 18K or 14K? If you were long and you were really smart, you'd say 14. Because when other people see that the price is gonna go at 18, they're gonna start fucking trying to get into those opposite trades. And they're going to start trying to do the opposite of you. And the more people who are fucking shorting the bottom, the more people who are shorting the bottom, the more likely it is to go up. Of course, yeah, everyone's long. So a guy, there was a comment earlier of a guy saying that, you know, everybody's fucking shorting. There's like, I think he actually said there's some of the highest amounts of shorts on exchange at the moment. You know, there might be a lot of shorts, but there's probably more fucking longs because it's a ratio thing. So, you know, what I'm looking at 63.3% long on Binance. We had 300 people vote that they were long on this channel. You guys are all trading the market. That's quite a lot of people. And then we've got, you know, other fucking exchanges. Even, you know, this is Bybit with all of the, this is even top traders. Even those motherfuckers are long. So 57%. So the market's long. It's understandable, guys, because, you know, what people are doing is they're like, it's gone down so far, let's long, and, you know, hopefully I'll have the position which is going to be the one which is the bottom, and I'm going to hold it forever, even though they won't. They'll sell it at the next resistance, and they won't hold on to it. Because if you want to hold on for longer than 6 months anyway, I don't know why you're buying a fucking perpetual contract on Bybit or fucking Phemex. Just buy a futures. Buy an actual futures contract. Buy a 3 months future. Then you're going to pay a lot less in funding, a lot less fees. You don't have to worry about it. Your expiration date will be at some point in 3 months. You can take it whenever you want, but you just not, you know, if it expires on the day, you're not going to get any fees. Or if you're really looking to invest, just be a long-term investor and just buy long-term. You know, just buy it spot. But most people want to get into a perpetual long on Bybit for it to try and, you know, catch the bottom. And then what actually happens is they end up either selling at a loss because they haven't got the patience. Because we've probably got 6 months of this more. You know, I can see the scenario where people get bored out of the trade, you know, and okay, look, I have to give you one other scenario. And I already said this a few times. Okay, let's say we get 14K next. Even if and on the worst case scenario for the bulls, we go down to 10. I think it's like I said I've said from the very beginning, guys. You know, I've said this from the beginning. I think we either go 14K then 28. Or 28 and 14. Looks like, guys, as soon as we broke 20K, that was the inflection point. I told you from the beginning, if we lose 20, we're going 14. If we make 20 and we hold it, we're going fucking 28. But I think we're going to get 14. Even if we get 10 to 14, I think we actually snap out of it very quickly, and we could even go all the way to 30 in one go. I think we could do something like this, where we have a breakdown, and then we snap back to the mean. Basically the same thing. Like, let's have a look at it again. So it comes along like this. We get a breakdown, and we snap back up. You can see we have a breakdown, we snap back up. I do see a scenario like that, because this scenario here, everybody doubted it. It was kind of hilarious, actually. I remember it actually very clearly, because it was such a significant move out of nowhere. When this rally began, the RSI actually was significantly over on most time frames, and it was overbought. But I remember everybody was calling for it to come back down. Everyone was saying, no, we'll come back down, make a higher low. No, we're going to come back down, make a higher low. Here's the top, guys. Buckle up. Here's the top. Don't worry about this. We're going back down to lows. And it never did. It just rocketed out of it. Beautiful bear market rally. Liquidated all those shorts. Just kept getting pushed higher. Because if you're short and you get stopped out or liquidated, you're forced to buy. So that scenario there, that was kind of the initial pump. That was the initial springboard it needed just to flush everybody out. So I think 14 to 10K, I think after that, we could see a pretty quick move up to potentially 28, 30K. And that would just be like a disbelief rally. And then obviously we get something like this. I think it's actually quite a good look, you know. I do think that could be what we do. Obviously, it would be quite similar to previous market structure, which is kind of like puts me in a little bit of a, maybe we won't get it exactly the same. But, you know, just looking at how history repeats, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. But this is, logically in my mind, it makes the most sense because the market never does what everybody thinks. And this did not what everybody thought. So it is interesting to see this. Hopefully, you know, I would love to see that because I'm filling my bags at 14. I've got big buys at 14, okay? I'm gonna be holding up that order book. You're gonna look at the MDX fucking orders going off. It's gonna be my own chunk of the order book. If we do hold up 14 and we do go to 28, you know, I'll fucking just retire straight up. Even though I am basically, but I'm saying I'll just retire out of everything and just go and buy a yacht and sail off into the distance. But it's you know, it's pretty interesting to see this, guys, how this whole thing's happening. The old chart Runientes. Guys, how the hell have we got 200 votes and it's exactly 50-50? Guys, come on, make your mind up. Where's the certainty? Oh. Where's the assertiveness in our decision making here? With FTX gone, would that not also cause a supply shock? Yeah, I actually agree with you. I've said this multiple times on this channel. So if you go down here and look at some of my older tweets, if I can find the little bastards. I can't be asked to find them. What am I doing? I'll just tell you straight up. So, yeah, look. Okay, FTX going bust. Celsius going bust. Voyager going bust. BlockFi going bust. They're all going into Chapter 11 bankruptcy, okay? And Chapter 11 bankruptcy, from the little I know about it, but I do have a little bit of understanding from some of the other ones that happened last year as well. Chapter 11 bankruptcy doesn't just fix itself overnight. This takes years. It's a years and years process, depending on the whole entire, like, how are they going to sell the assets, or are they going to keep the assets, going to try and fucking do all these repurchase agreements. Like, it's all those assets from all of those big players aren't going to move for at least 2 years. I would, maybe we'll see Celsius money move, like, maybe mid next year, if they can get there, because they've already been in the Chapter 11 process for a little bit longer. But any exchange which went bust recently, even some of the Genesis stuff, FTX, Voyager, obviously BlockFi, etc., none of those funds are going to move. None of that crypto is going to move for 2 years. In my opinion, that just means less crypto in circulating supply. It's not going to move, especially FTX's stuff. None of it's going to move for 2 years at least. It may be even longer than that. And it depends on what the structure is, because if the Chapter 11 process goes to Chapter 7, I think Chapter 7 then means they will sell the assets to then try and make the investors whole, or give the percentage back. But I think most of it will be Chapter 11 through the whole process being locked up. That actually limits supply. We saw $3 billion leave exchanges the other day. So if you go to my Twitter, let me just quickly find you the tweet, which means nothing but shows me saying it to my legendes. I think we had $3 billion come off exchanges in a very, very short, I think it was 1 day, wasn't it? Yeah, so 3 billion plus has left exchange in the last 24 hours. Crypto leaving exchanges means less supply. I'll let you interpret that. I think I just told you exactly what that means. Obviously, some of that crypto can be USDT. But I always look at USDT as circulating supply that has the ability to only go one way, which is back into crypto. So I kind of look at it as like, you know, it's a good thing. If there's a lot of USDT floating about in crypto, what you're looking at is basically a big pool of rocket fuel in a sense, because USDT rarely gets sold back out of the system. You know, if you went to Bitcoin and you went to USDT, it's probably because you want to hold USDT to then repurchase crypto. Not in all cases. Some people might sell that USDT to their bank or buy something, whatever, or trade it back out. But I would say very, very likely if you're in USDT, you're looking to get back into crypto at some point. So I'll look at that as fuel. You know, less supply, same demand or higher. We know what's going to happen to the price. I don't think Sol is dead. Again, FTX had, I'm not 100%, but I think FTX had 10% of all Solana on their books. You know, FTX's money and crypto on their platform, on their fucking balance sheet, isn't moving for 2 years. That 10% of Solana probably won't move for 10 years. If it goes to Chapter 7, then it might get sold off quicker. But I don't think any of these platforms are going to go into Chapter 7, because I think Chapter 7, as long as we have fucking Simon Dixon blasting off and regulating exchanges on live air on Twitter, as long as we've got Simon Dixon to fucking fall back on, I don't think he's going to let any exchanges go into Chapter 7. Not saying he has the power to stop them from doing it, but if he actually gets his beak in there and starts talking to the communities, Chapter 7 I don't think will happen. as much because it's bad for the end, the creditor or the user of the platform. So I think Solana will bounce back. I think Solana, is probably quite an interesting buy. I actually did buy, I forgot to tell you this, guys, actually. I did buy quite a lot of CRO. I actually moved, so I'm buying $5,000 worth of Bitcoin every day through my DCA strategy, and sometimes more, depending on the day. But I'm buying about $5,000 to $10,000 a day on average in my DCA. So that's not exchange stuff. I've actually got 95% of my cryptos off exchanges. I only have like 5-10% on exchanges. And I'm trading like short-term bounces, swings, little scalp trades, looking to buy 14K. That's all exchanges, but that's only fucking 10%. But I'm buying 5-10K a day. And I did on 3 days ago, I think it is. I just flipped from buying Bitcoin and just went straight into CRO. And I think what I'm going to be doing actually, so 7 days of the week would be buying Bitcoin, but now I'm going to make it 6 days of the week Bitcoin and 1 day of the week crypto.com. Because I think crypto.com is going to do okay. I've done the whole 9 yards really deep digging into it. Even if they are being a bit shady with maybe a few of their, like not showing all of their liabilities and only showing the assets on the books. But, I do think it's worth the risk of buying CRO. I do think they're going to stay solvent. I do think they are a profitable company from all the analysis I've been going through the last few days. Chris has been a bit dodgy about it. I want to see a little bit more information, but he has published the assets. So at the end of the day, they still have the assets on the books where they could, if they did have liabilities. So say they were using CRO to get collateralized loans on the back of that cryptocurrency, they probably still have the money to pay back the investors, etc., and the people with the funds in it. But I'm buying it. I think this is probably quite a good opportunity, actually. And I do have the card. I do use the product. Overall, I've had a good experience with them. I don't like their customer service and stuff, but I've spoken about that before. But I do think they're quite good. And I think it's worth the risk on this one. I think it's buy the blood on this and, buy the fear. If that idiot will dump, that will be interesting. Yes, FTX controls Solana's wrapped BTC and ETH. Yes, I know, they do. Solana has its own method chain. What's that say? What do you say? Mechanism, he's trying to say there. What is it? Mechanic of those outages. And pauses are to keep the project alive. They won't allow Terra Luna crash. If there's some motherfucker with a button right now who's saying we can't let Solana end up crashing like Luna and we have to stop the blockchain and make it so the blocks don't run anymore to stop a crash like Luna, I will tell you right now, Solana will fail. Because there is going to be a day where those little dudes who are pressing buttons saying, we need to do the outage now, or those are going to be like Luna, they will make a mistake one day. Animals always make mistakes. There has never been a human being to be able to put plates and put cutlery and put things into cupboards at 100% success rate. No human being has ever tried to put a plate into a cupboard and never ever fucked it up. All of you on this fucking goddamn channel right now watching me speak with my horrible mouth full of shit from my vaping addiction, all of you have dropped a knife and missed the cutlery drawer. Human beings make mistakes. It's fucking impossible not to make mistakes. So if you have some dudes fucking holding the Ethereum, the Solana blockchain and making sure the Solana blockchain doesn't fail by pressing some buttons, guess what? Time is literally infinite. We have billions of years. They will fuck it up eventually. So I'd say you need to completely regulate out any human being interaction with any blockchain. You even need to regulate out human beings trying to regulate things they think are good in the first place. Human beings, we need to save ourselves from ourselves. We are literally animals which drop plates and don't pick things in cutlery drawers. Hey, do you think NEXO is still safe? I do think NEXO is still safe. I do still have money in NEXO as well. I actually had $500,000 in NEXO at one point. I'll tell you, to be completely transparent, I don't have $500,000 in NEXO anymore. And what was I going to look at? There's no NEXO token, is there? I don't have $500,000 in NEXO anymore. I probably only have 10% of that actually now in NEXO, if not less, because I started moving out. I started moving out of crypto exchanges way before FTX went to zero, way before Celsius went bust. I started moving out all of my crypto out of exchanges when Putin went to war with Ukraine. Like, I literally thought about it the other day. I was like, I feel like in my life specifically, because I have a certain amount of paranoia when it comes to my protection of my wealth and the protection of my finances, and paranoia trying to protect myself in terms of trading, etc. through, well, I don't know how I got to this point, but it's probably a combination of partying a lot and always forcing myself to doubt my ideas and use stop losses. It's probably something to do with that. But I do have a good risk management or risk profile. So I literally started taking crypto off exchanges because of the Putin war. And then I thought to myself, I did all that shit and I got off exchanges, but it wasn't for the reason. There was no nuclear bomb. FTX went bust, but I still got ahead of the curve. It was weird. I was like, fucking hell. I'm either one lucky ass motherfucker or paranoia is just keeping me safe. But yeah, I took all of my crypto off exchanges because of the Putin thing, like because of Ukraine. That actually has ended up working quite well for me because most of my crypto was off exchanges anyway, and now I've just taken more off. I actually had I had nearly $1 million on BlockFi at one point. I moved all of my money off BlockFi. That actually happened about 2 years ago that I moved off BlockFi because I moved to NEXO. I actually didn't put all of it on NEXO. I actually moved quite a lot over to my Bybit account. I had like 600k on Bybit at one point as well. So you know, I've had like dotted millions around the place, a few million, 50 million there on exchanges. Now it's all gone. Not because they went bust. It's all gone off exchanges, and it's all held in my own. 95% of all of my cryptocurrency is now. I jam out to MDX, who needs music. I do need to put some music on, but I'll get fucking copyrighted. But yeah, so no, I've 95% of all my funds are off exchanges. Let's just say I probably had exposure to nearly $10 million at one point on exchanges, but because of the Putin war, I de-risked off platforms, and I thought to myself, fucking hell, I just got ahead of the game without even meaning to, because I took most of my, and Putin never actually launched more. Imagine that though. Imagine if I take all my crypto exchanges because of Putin, and then FTX happens, and then actually fucking Putin does do something. Wow, that would be ultimate simulation time. Look at all those buys coming in on Binance right there. Okay, that's quite interesting. So, what price comes next? 14K or 18K? We've actually flipped to 55% for 14K now. The long to short ratio hasn't changed, so we're still staying on long to short. But guys, in the chat, if you could hit me up with some likes, that'd be great. Desecrate some likes, because the more likes we get, if I can get 400 likes, that'd be great. Let me show you this comment here. Kind of weird that you took all your crypto off exchanges since the war, but you've been claiming to take shorts and other trades. Dude, I have 95% of my money off exchanges. I just told you a second ago that I've been trading on Bybit, okay, and BitGet. I still have got at least $50,000 on NEXO. I still have at least $50,000 on Bybit. I still trade short and medium-term trades, positions on those exchanges, but I have my main bulk of crypto off exchanges. That's why I'm only taking short-term scalps here. So I have a lot of buy orders in here, a lot of buy orders around here. That's actually specifically on Bybit. I actually don't use BitGet that often for main trading. I actually use BitGet for my automation strategy. You got to remember, I have a lot of money which I use to trade in my automated trading bot. I have my own trading bot. Me and my fucking CTO built a trading bot, okay? If you go to mdxalgo.com, you know, I put my money where my mouth is. I created a trading bot, which is my trading strategy. So it's literally one of my trading strategies, which I've been using for 10 years almost, okay? And it's, you know, I'm very open about what it is. You know, I tell you guys what the strategy is. It's very, very simple, but the automation on it is very clever. So if you look, the links are below, guys. I use Bybit and BitGet. If you go to mdxalgo.com/automation, mdxalgo.com/automation, you can use BitGet to copy trade my MDX fucking automated strategy, my MDX trading bot. Let me just tell you one thing, actually, legends, and you guys don't fucking realize this, okay? I'm gonna show you right now, MDX Algo. So this is the algo, okay? This is a completely automated strategy. This is different to the indicators because the indicators are slightly more aggressive, okay? And if you just blindly took every long and short on the indicators, it's unlikely going to be profitable long term, okay? So the indicators are using a different setup. You want to be using these with confluence, with momentum, etc. But the automated strategy, okay, which is the MDX trading bot, you can see here. I'll actually fucking just post this tweet so you guys can go look at it. I'm not joking, legends. Go and look at this tweet right now. Replace pin tweet, yeah, whatever. That's the main picture you want to be looking at, okay? And you can go on mdxalgo.com/automation. So the MDX trading bot sold everything, because obviously when I'm playing my MDX, when I'm playing the bounce trade on the way down, what you're actually doing is you're looking to be in cash and you play the bounces, okay? So it sold at, I can't really see the number, but I think it's about 21,000 and something. It sold out of all Bitcoin at this price here. Then we had the massive market dump. It only just rebought recently, okay? That's a 20% gain, okay? That's 20% plus. The problem is on BitGet, it doesn't show realized profits from shorts on 1x. It doesn't show that because it doesn't show it doesn't calculate that the amount of Bitcoin you bought with the same amount of cash is higher. It's only calculating USD gains, okay? So hopefully the microphone's working right now. I just knocked it. But yeah, so this automated strategy would have saved you 20% because it dumped, obviously, 20%, but it sold and then rebought. So now you have 20% more Bitcoin. So it's pretty interesting, guys. It's mdxalgo.com/automation. Just want to completely reiterate this point very clearly. I am 95% of my crypto is off exchanges because of the turbulence right now in the markets. Doesn't mean I don't have exposure on exchanges. I still have 5% on exchanges. And yeah, I'm trading right now. I have a long on Bybit right now. And I have buy orders set at $14,000. A lot of buy orders at 14K. Forgot to completely mention as well, guys, decentralized exchanges. Please go look at my last video I just posted. Look at my last video I posted and you will see. You'll know all the answers. Can you show us a wallet that you are actually DCAing 5K BTC a day? No. I will not show you my wallets because obviously for obvious reasons that's going against my own personal privacy. It's like me saying, can I see your bank account, sir? Can I see your bank balance? Can I see your beautiful withdrawal and deposit bank balance? Now, I won't show you specifics, mate. Obviously, it's a little bit too much. Obviously, for obvious reasons, you want to have a little bit of privacy. But I do buy on some exchanges. I'll tell you. I'll give you an idea of where I buy. For some, I don't want to give away too much for like obvious reasons in terms of tax, etc. But I would say like I use Bybit. I use platforms like Binance. I use platforms like Crypto.com, and I also use stuff like Plutus as well. I'll tell you I'm buying 5K a day, but I won't show you. No, I won't show you, legends, like where I'm buying $5,000 a day because I don't really want to give away too much in terms of, where funds are and stuff. And also, there's liability to that in terms of someone could use that against me. So obviously, that's not what we're going to be doing here. But maybe if you're really, really, maybe actually I could do something on Twitter and not show the exchange and just show a buy. But I'm buying $5,000 to $10,000 a day actually, because I have obviously MDX Algo. I have other companies. I have an affiliate marketing company as well. I have my website. We actually have a clothes company which will be launching soon as well, and then I have my tradable funds. So if you calculate all of my cash flow incomes together, that's what we're kind of doing every single day. So I put that all into Bitcoin. Give us your bank info, bro. Yes, here is my account number, here is my sort code, here is where I buy all my crypto, and here is where I do my transactions. No, legends. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't fucking doing that, sir. There's like 500 people watching. Do you think I'm just going to blast out some shit? Ugh. Where a man spends his money is his own business. MDX is good enough to show us how he trades and answer questions. That's good enough. Appreciate you, brother. That's the way forward. It's being like a public dude, having a channel, all this kind of stuff. I sit here for hours on end and I stream, and I give you my full-blown, I don't know, I tell you who I am. But, there are just levels, aren't there? Just levels of what you want to do. I know some people who show trades. I know some people who don't show trades. The actual overall essence of it is there is, the thing about people who show accounts and show trades is that they're all lying. Because the thing in trading is that you can always have exposure to both sides of the trade and only show one half. If you really want to play the game of showing positions, then what I want to see is every single exchange you have and which exchanges you have exposure to. Because if you actually think about it, you could have 100,000 net short on one exchange, 100,000 net long on another exchange, and all you're in essence doing, if you press the buy button at the same time and press the sell button at the same time, is you're just transferring money from one account to the other, because the order books are in essence the same, because every single exchange has its own order books. They're all a very similar price. They're all connected on AMMs anyway, most of them. So it's all basically a lie. The actual aim of the game is this. It's just to basically build a strategy which you think is going to work for you and stick to it and be consistent and be able to keep that strategy going even when the drawdowns come, because drawdowns always come in. You know, I would say that most people fail because they don't hold on to, they don't like stick around with a strategy which is working during a drawdown. And I think our MDX, my MDX strategy, I think the maximum drawdown I ever had on it was about 9%, maybe 11%. Maximum drawdown ever. That was over about a 3-month period. So it's more like 100. Is it more than 100 mil? I don't know. What's the question? 100 mil. Yeah, so basically my point was this, guys. Like, I give you a lot. Like, I don't want to give out too much like private information about finances. I'm so fucking tired as well right now. I literally can't speak. You know, every second I speak right now, it hurts because I got like this huge cut here because like I don't know what I fucking bit down on it, and I went to the fucking dentist like yesterday, and then I have this huge cut here, and it's like flapping, and when I speak, it hurts like the whole thing. So leave me alone, legends. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm still gonna vape though. Fuck, I shouldn't be vaping. It's gonna blast me up. I'll show you the amount of vapes. The reason I've got this in my mouth is by biting down on it and then getting infected. They are all vapes. I'm fucking so fucking hooked on the vapes at the minute. Just on an absolute blast up on the vapes. Could you use the MDX trading bot on like Forex? Okay, yeah, so you can. You know, we use it on 1x to buy and sell because I really don't believe. I can show you. I can actually show you the calls. Why am I showing you on fucking? I'll show you okay, go on the hourly. Yeah. So you can see here. This is actually going to show you on this screen where the buy and sell calls are on the. Yeah, here we go. So this actually is. You can go back and look at all these buy and sell calls. This is actually where the MDX automated trading bot buys and sells. You can see here that this was the last sell call we had on Bitcoin. It actually went down a significant amount, 20%. And we're now actually, it has actually automatically bought the price action, okay? So, you know, I won't give away what I'm doing in my trades, but I do use this, okay? Because I actually do use this. This strategy is a strategy that I've used for literally like, you know, like I said, like nearly 10 years, okay? So I am in a swing long right now. You know, I do look at this. I do have a small long on a few exchanges, but I actually have this set up on my Bybit and BitGet account. You know, on BitGet, so, okay, I have another tweet you can look at, but it's easier if you just go to the pinned message. Okay, look, I'll just do it right now, for fuck's sake. I will post this here. So if you're interested in it, it's very, very simple to set up, guys. Very, very simple. Click on that link there. That will take you to the automation side. What you do is you click how to set it up. It'll come up with this here. So you go on Bybit. This is Bybit, for instance, or BitGet. I recommend using it on BitGet. Sorry, legends. I recommend using it on BitGet because you actually do pay less fees. But you click on copy trading. You find MDX algo. It literally says click copy trading, search MDX algo, and follow, and click the follow button. If you come to that link I just sent you there, here's the actual MDX trading bot page. And yeah, so I do have a long right now. And I did this as bought, so I do have a long myself. And look, if we do roll over and we lose this level, this is the chandelier stop, sorry. This is where the stop loss is programmed to be in, so you can actually look at that. If you have MDX Algo Premium, you can look at this yourself. But this last short was phenomenal. And I just want to be very clear, this strategy is not good in sideways markets. Because, you know, how do you get a strategy which is good in sideways markets and then good in trending markets. It's not possible. You can't create an automated strategy which is good in in swings, in trends and swing markets, and good in sideways markets at the same time. It's very, very difficult. I think it's probably near on impossible. If you have $500 million to spend, maybe you could do something. But with some big, like long historical back-tested machine learning kind of stuff, and there are systems like that, but I'm not Goldman Sachs. So this strategy is very, very simple. You know, it uses some medium to long-term metrics, medium to long-term swing metrics. Wow, fucking hell, Phemex just went on an absolute tear there on buys. And it's really good for swing trading. So it's for bigger moves, it's phenomenal. On sideways markets, it's not. It's going to have its drawdowns in sideways markets. So within the next 6 months, it's probably going to be up and down a little bit. But when it really gets going, it's going to perform very well. It's actually up 800% in the last 2 years. So if you had a held Bitcoin, just spot, you know, if you had bought Bitcoin at 10K, you don't have 7K profit right now. If you had used our bot, I think you'd be up around, let's have a little look here. I think you'd have around, yeah, 73,000. Okay, $73,000. If you had a held and you had been using the MDX trading bot, so it's pretty damn phenomenal. Let's have a look. Dashboard. Yeah, nice. Do you actually encourage trading? What that will do to most people? Yeah, I've been trading for literally almost 10 years. So I do encourage trading. I think trading is really, really good. I think even, you know, I would say doing simulations or paper trading for a long time is very, very good. Even if you never traded real money, I think it would be worth everyone in some type of financial education. I think it'd be worth everybody to do paper trading or simulated trading for like 2 years. I think it's so good for your general ability to manage risk. It's really, really good for you to understand your emotions. It's really good for you to control your emotions. It's really good for you to understand market dynamics, environments, how to read charts, how to understand context of market environments, how to zoom out as shit and be like, where is the S&P? Where's the housing market? Where is it in comparison to the last 10 years? I think everybody should do that in a simulated fashion or paper trading fashion. You never have to use your own money. If you get good and you think you could do it with real money, go live, then do it. But you're on a channel right now. Someone's been trading for 10 years. Like, I encourage trading. I want you people to trade. I think it's a really, really great industry. My company, MDX Algo, is literally an education platform. We have indicators. We have a 24/7 Discord server with professional traders in it. I have an automated strategy. I've given away my whole strategy as well. So I think, you know, trading is probably, you know, one of the keys to financial freedom. And also I think everybody's going to become more and more of a trader in the future, because I think as money gets more and more decentralized and people have more sovereignty over their assets, I think that the need, or you're going to have a little bit more, I think the demand for traders is going to rise, because people are going to have to be forced into it more, because they're going to have more sovereignty and more ownership over their assets. So yeah, that's basically it, you know. And I would say that I would be completely honest with you, you know, the most profitable trades I've ever made have been medium to long-term swing buys using a DCA strategy. I know, okay, like I said, I'm buying $5,000 to $10,000 of Bitcoin every single day right now, okay? These buys today are probably going to be some of the best trades I would make, because I look at them as investments. But if you really looked at it, I'm buying fucking 5K of Bitcoin now. It's half a Bitcoin basically every day, or a third, 0.3. So some of these buys today, I would probably see as being some of the best trades in the future. Like, seriously, just buying DCA, anything under CBI 10, just buy cash reserves going in. And then, if you think about it this way, those trades have probably been more significant than some of the lower time frame scalp trades. I did really well actually on a short as well the other day. That was actually a few months ago. That was what, 40K-ish. I did some really, really good bounce trades, like making multiple thousands on the way up on like literally 1 hour time frames. But really, the biggest wins for me is buying Bitcoin at $600, buying Bitcoin at $3,200. The next one's probably going to be buying Bitcoin at $16,000. So the DCA strategy is very, very powerful, but then all the stuff which goes in between, like the high probability setups, they can be very, very lucrative in the short term to use that money. And also, it's just fucking great, you know, trading. I like, everyone's addicted to trading. It's fucking great fun, especially if you can make it into a living. Do another poll. All right. Yes, sir. Okay, we've got 413 votes. Fucking hell, I'm so knackered right now. What time is it for me? It's blasting off until like nearly 2 o'clock. 1:12. So right now we've got 431 votes. And basically everyone thinks it's, 53% of people said 14K next. End the poll. Let's do another poll. Right, legends. I'll ask a question right now. Okay, so let's have to think. What have you bought more of? Okay. What have you bought more of? Bitcoin or altcoins, legends? Bitcoin or altcoins? Let's have a look. We've got another poll going out. Shouldn't be smoking this shit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Straight off the bat, altcoins came up. Yeah, been in cash for 14 months. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I got into cash at around 48,000, but I have Bitcoin I would never sell. I sold a pretty decent chunk of altcoins, and then I sold quite a lot of Bitcoin, but I have got an annoying emotional attachment to my spot. You know, I have like a ledger which I put Bitcoin on it, and I rarely take it off. You know, I just send it there, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna leave it. Definitely DCA stuff. Matic Polygon pump or dump when SBF sex tape drops. Imagine if Bitcoin just absolutely moons, like the biggest green dildo ever in history, just absolutely fucking skyrockets when the SBF sex tape comes out. Again, it's pretty 50-50 most of these polls, you know. 51%, 49%. It's pretty much 50-50 on that poll. Since I don't have 16K to play with, BTC alts it is. Yeah. Well, that's what most people do, you know. A lot of people who get into crypto nowadays, they start with alts. I didn't start with alts. I started with Bitcoin, and then I bought EOS, actually. My first buy ever was Bitcoin. You know, there was really no chance for me to get into an alt straight off the bat without buying Bitcoin. But in 2016, there just wasn't the market for it. But yeah, no, I'd say I bought Bitcoin first, and then that appreciated, and then I bought some altcoins. EOS did really well. I'm talking about one of the first altcoin I ever bought. Actually, wait, was it Ethereum or EOS? Fuck, no, it was ETH. Yeah, it was Ethereum. Yeah, so I bought Bitcoin first, then I bought ETH. And ETH went from $10 or some shit to like 300, back down, went to 300 to 1.2 thousand. I remember it was insane. EOS went from 0.5 cents to 22. They were the good old days. Even though we've had bigger pumps than that now. I bought 4 cents Matic, for fuck's sake. What do you think about Matic, Legend? I just said that. Yeah, I think Matic's really good. I really like Matic. Matic is one of my biggest wins ever. You know, I put a significant amount of my portfolio into Matic at 4 cents. There's actually a video of me on Crypto Banter calling that. I don't know where that video is now, but there's literally a video of me on Crypto Banter saying it's time to buy Matic at 4 cents. And yup, that was a pretty good one. I should try and find that video, actually. That'd be pretty interesting. Okay, I will literally give anyone who finds that video on Crypto Banter it's going to be a long time back. It was probably in when was it? It was definitely in the first run-up. Was it in the first run-up? Yeah, it would have been the first run-up. So when Bitcoin went from like 10,000 to the first 65,000 moon, I went on Crypto Banter and I called Matic at 4 cents to go to $3 or something, and it went to 260, I think. And I bought 4 cents. If anyone finds that video and then sends it to me somehow, find a way, you know, put it on Twitter or, you know, freaking send it to me go on my Discord server. No, go on Telegram. Post it in the Telegram group. If you find that video, it was probably last January-ish. It was in the first run-up. If you find that video on Crypto Banter, actually, my name's probably in the title, isn't it? No, I can't remember. But yeah, that'd be good. That'd be funny to see that video again when I called Matic to go. That was a good call. Most people do bags after the first bull run. You know, I'd actually say that 95% of people get into crypto in a bull market. You know, 95% of people get into crypto in a bull market. And if you go back far enough, you know, that was kind of the same as me, because when Bitcoin went from $200 to $600 and was looking at it was going to break its highs, it was above its 200-day and it was making higher volumes, and it was fucking consistently making higher lows and higher highs. So it was technically in the beginning of a bull market. So the reason people get into things in bull markets is because that's when everybody's talking about it. That's when you hear about it. Like, when are you going to hear about it if no one's talking about it? When it's in a bear market. So what usually happens is most people buy into the bull market. They get wrecked in that next bear market. They learn all the lessons and they really work their ass off in that bear market. And then the next bull market is where they make money. So the second bull market is usually where you make money. And that goes not just in crypto. That happens to whole generations. You know, stock market investors, equity investors. You know, you have people trading futures, bonds. You know, that's what usually happens in those markets as well. You know, it's when gold's going crazy. You get a lot of people buying gold late. You know, you get a lot of people buying stocks late. Look at Tesla. You get a lot of people buying S&P late. It's been going up for 15 fucking years, and now it's going down. So it happens a lot. How much money to find, sir? How much money? Oh, yeah, how much money to find? I'll give you $200. I'll give $200 for that. I'll give $250. If you find the video of me speaking about Matic, right, on Crypto Banter, it was probably around here in time zone stuff. I can't exactly remember. It was probably, when was it, Legends? It was probably around when Bitcoin did this. When Bitcoin did this move here, it might have been here, but I doubt it. But I would say it was probably around, yeah, that year. It was probably around 20 to 2021. In this time period here, I called Matic 4 cents to go to the moon. If you find that video on Crypto Banter, then I will send you $250, Legends. Just put it into my Telegram group. If you go to mdxalgo.com and you click on the little button somewhere to get to you can actually get straight to the Telegram group. It was April 2021. Next coin have to be a nice run up. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, I know. Adder. I don't know. Like, Adder's one of those ones where I've kind of always been mixed bag with it. You know, I have actually bought Adder. I said, you know, I kind of got famous in crypto because of this one. My main biggest shorts in crypto was Dogecoin. I did like a video saying Doge was going to go to 0. It wasn't going to go to $1. It's going to go to 0, and I shorted 60 cents. I actually shorted 68 cents. And yeah, that was I did a video on YouTube. I can't actually remember. There's a video of me on YouTube. It's got like 100,000 views, and it's a live stream of me shorting Dogecoin from 68 cents, and everyone was calling me a fucking idiot on that video. That's why I got so many views, because everybody was just pounding with it, and then it went down to 0. And Adder as well. Yeah, Adder was another good short of mine. Let me find out where we are. Where I literally can't think tonight. I'm fucking slow as hell. Yeah, Adder around here. This is where I got my shorts in on Adder. And everyone was laughing at me again about this one. I said Adder's going to go lower than 60 cents. Now we're at 32 cents. And I actually did end up buying some Adder, around here. That trade has been stopped out. And I'm kind of just waiting on the sidelines. I do have a small bag of it on Bybit, but I'm not really looking yet. I'm just going to wait. Here we go. Keb's in the building. Journally, I've got the Banter MDX video. Sick. Okay, you're getting the $250, bro. Made it. I bought BTC high prices and overexposed myself, noob. And now my portfolio looks terrible. Just DCA when I can. What do you think is going on? Yeah, so DCA is probably best at the minute. And then if we do break above, like, the prior highs, I'd say $28,000 is going to look good for definitely some significant buyers coming back into the market. I'd say we'll probably be like, as the halving's coming, we'll probably be about 40, I'd say. That'd be a good ballpark figure. Maybe 35. Between, mid-range of it. Yeah, if we do 14K, and that's the low, and the high is 70, give or take, I would say probably about $40,000 is where we're going to be halvening. Just looking at historical backtested data, that's where we are usually at. We're halfway between the high and the low as the halving comes. BTC next top like 140. Limp dick gains. Alts going to have their day and next cycle. ETH probably. Well, I don't know, mate. $140,000 from 14K to 10x on something which has the highest probability of being a thing in the future. I actually think Ethereum is really, really nice at the minute. And this is not looking at any technicals. Just purely thinking about the fundamentals of Ethereum. I actually am getting more and more bullish on Ethereum. Just because of their supply and demand system. Their supply and demand dynamic now. I don't like proof of stake. Okay, I simply don't like it. I think it should have stayed on proof of work. They could have done the same shit with a token. But if it can batter away all of the problems proof of stake usually has, and it has this really nice deflationary system with the burning of every single transaction burns ETH, and I do like the smart contracts in terms of them being immutable. You can build some really nice dexes on it. I've been looking at dexes at the minute as well, especially with Polygon and Matic or whatever, the same thing, but with that token. I do like this, and I do think it could be bigger than Bitcoin at some point, because you got to remember, gold has an $11 trillion market cap, the whole thing, okay? But the equity market as a whole is $250 trillion. So I look at Bitcoin as money, and I look at Ethereum as companies, equity. I look at it as being the decentralized companies of the future. So if decentralized applications in general are going to be the next big thing, then I would see, all those companies you see on SPX are going to go into something like they have their token living on Ethereum. So I think it's a really, really good. What about SHIB? I'm more of a Doge guy, to be honest. I do kind of get into SHIB. I both of those I am going to buy, but I'm just holding back a bit. I think we've got 6 months more. I'm absolutely gutted. Starling Bank in the UK has stopped all crypto payments now. Oh, really? Oh, send me an article about that, because I'm going to fucking kill them on Twitter. Come on, legends. Max, explain harboring, please. Harboring. The X's diminish BTC. It isn't new. Getting to heavy to move. What? Sorry. So what, man? Top of the curve, etc. Again, I disagree with this. I really disagree with this idea that Bitcoin is in some sort of S curve. It's like saying gold had an S curve in 1970. Gold's been around for thousands of years. I think it's complete bullshit, because you're drawing an S curve on something which has a $320 billion market cap. Okay, it's smaller than MasterCard. MasterCard is just one company in America that is big. Okay. Bitcoin is 322 fucking billion. What the hell is that? You can't start drawing adoption S-curves on that shit. It's only been around for 10 years. Gold has been around, which, you're not going to say the adoption of gold has gone down. Gold has been around, okay, for thousands of years, okay? Do you really think people, and that maybe there were people, they were drawing little S-curves on this, back in 71. Oh yeah, look, we're making lower highs and lower lows. Oh no, all the way back here into these. This is all obviously, when you go back further than 1971, the gold price was pegged to dollars. So we're looking at this in US dollars. So it's going to be the same, and also it's just expectations. It's just an estimate of what the price would have been, because the data doesn't go back that far. But gold's been around for thousands of years, and the price has only done this recently. There is no S-curve you can draw on this. There's no adoption curve. Gold will do an accounting in price for the amount of dollars in the economy. Very simple. To say that Bitcoin has an S curve of adoption at this very, very early stage of its life cycle after 10 years, I think it's just you're gonna end up looking, you know, you look at this chart here, it's like saying, it's like looking back in history and being like, this whole area, okay, let's just say this is Bitcoin over the last 10 years. Let's say when we get like 50 more years or 100 years of data, you know, the chart just might look like this tiny little fucking blob. You know, Bitcoin might go on this absolutely massive journey up to down here, like all this kind of shit. Might go to 100, like it could go to fucking $10 million Bitcoin. When you look back at this and say, we had an S-curve saying, and I hate regression lines on Bitcoin. It's so stupid. It's so unnecessary, regression lines on Bitcoin at this time. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Wait, is there... I actually had a way of bringing up the order books here as well. I did this the other day, and there's actually there's estimated order books in TradingView. How sick is that? Anyway, I can't fucking speak tonight. But yeah, no, so I just disagree with that shit. Everyone's like, yeah, you know, the adoption curve. It's like, no, legends, it's too early. Like, it's just not, it's not a thing, because even stuff like the adoption of electric cars, Tesla, you know, you could have said that was an S-curve adoption curve, but, you know, that went to the fucking moon. And Bitcoin is ultimately going to be money, and there is no fucking estimate of how big money is going to get in market cap, because you got to remember that, think about all of the purchasing power of every single dollar or fiat currency combined in the world. Think about the purchase. Okay, if you put all of the dollars in the world together, how much shit can that buy you? The purchasing power of dollars, okay? All of that purchasing power in the next 50 years is going to move somewhere else. That purchasing power is not going to stay in US dollars. The US dollar is going to fail in the next 50 to 100 years. 100% done. Like every other fiat currency in history, okay? So where's all that purchasing power going to go? You know, it's going to go into stuff like Bitcoin, gold, silver, stock, shares, indices, whatever. And a lot of it's going to go into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's a very good store of value. So I would say that Bitcoin could be $100 trillion market cap if we see that. There's quadrillions of dollars in the world if you count the derivatives market. No, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy the S-curve shit. It's a load of bollocks. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The market's too early. It's only 10 years. You can't do adoption curves on 10 years. It's just stupid. And also, you got to remember that Bitcoin is money, so it does an accounting for dollars. Similar to how gold does an accounting for dollars, Bitcoin's going to do an accounting for dollars in the future if it gets mass adoption. Okay. Everyone's like, look at the growth of crypto to the internet. You know, I'd say this. I think Bitcoin is going to be a lot bigger than the internet itself. I think a lot more people are going to have exposure to it at some point. Let's have a look. I was thinking the opposite, but I hope you are right. How long have you been in crypto, and what do you think the bottom will be? Yeah, so I've been in crypto since 2016, but I think the bottom could look something like this. This is just to completely make it very simple for you. I think we could go to 14 or 10K. I think 14K is quite logical. I have significant buyers at 14. I do think that we could then move into a bear market rally. Probably see resistance around 30. I don't see Bitcoin getting above 30 till halvening. I think actually we could be rallying into the halvening similar to this. I think it's a quite nice scenario. And I think CBBI 3, you know, there's only ever been 2 days ever in history where we had CBBI 3, which is a very, very good long-term indicator that we're very close to the bottom, and also a very good time to buy as an investment. To buy Bitcoin as an investment is a very, very good time right now. We've only ever seen CBBI 1 on 1 day in history in the previous price action of Bitcoin. That was on the 15th of January 2015. Only one ever day we've had that. So I think it's a very, very good time to be buying long term. So I think we're close. I'm buying every single day. So like I have 3 strategies: DCA, medium term swings, not in any swings, and then obviously short term scalps. But literally for me, I'm in a short term long right now, so very, very short term. I do think Bitcoin has a potential chance to do something like this, right? Hold the mid range of this whole thing. Inflection point is this significant key SR. This is the middle zone. It's support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, deviation, resistance, resistance. So this level is very, very important. You know, if we flip above this now and hold, I think we're going to go to 18,000. And if we do lose this level here, I have my stop loss around, what is it, 18? Nah, less than that, fucking hell. 15.8. If we come down here like that, I think we're going to go to 14K very, very quickly. If we lose this level, break down, retest, I think we go to 14K very, very quickly. but I'm just prepared for both sides. Stop loss on the lower end, buying 14. But yeah, man. Asian money flow. Yeah. I gotta have the bounce in a minute, guys. I'm absolutely exhausted. I actually need to sleep. But I'm gonna do a few more questions because you guys are legends. Legendes. Many coins claim to be ETH killer. Yeah, I've seen, it's been so long. I've seen multiple projects. I saw EOS was one of the first ones. That was the first Ethereum killer. Then we had stuff like fucking, what was the one even in the middle? We had like one called Lisk. We had another one called Tezos, fucking Dot, Solana now. There's so many ones. Like, we are the Ethereum killer. MDX versus Richard Hart. Mate, honestly, Richard Hart is his team around him have personally reached out to me, his close team, and him himself, and they've said, do you want to debate Richard Hart? And I said, yes, I'll debate him in an hour. I'm there. 3 times he's said he can't do it. And this is but when I had like 10k fucking subbies. I did it last year. His team reached out to me and he just bottled it. He was like, no, I can't do it. I got work to do. I'm really busy at the moment. So he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do a fucking debate because he's fucking scared. It's boring buying spot, but someone has to do it. I will say if legislators get their shot together, between March and April, Fed launch, then sooner be having, maybe. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck, I need to drink water. I feel fucked. Sam, what you betting on, big boy? I got a long. I'm also going to be buying 14k. I'm buying a lot of 14k, actually, from my bios, and then I've got a long on Bitcoin in a minute. But I have a stop loss here, so don't get too ahead of yourself, sir. 15.8. Don't like Litecoin. Never really seen a significant use case for it. It's basically the same. It's the same code. Charlie Lee forked the Bitcoin blockchain fucking years ago, and I don't see any point of Litecoin. We got Bitcoin. El Salvador buying 1 BTC every day. I've clicked that for Richard Hart. He'll be in touch, big man. Dude, he's seen my videos a million times. He literally commented on one of my YouTube videos a few years ago. Saying I literally just completely grilled him and fucking rinsed him about some stuff he was saying about trading. And then he replied. He actually commented on the video, and then I replied to him. That was the first time we had a connection. And I said, "Yo, let's fucking go." He was like, "Nah, I won't bother. You haven't got a big enough channel." I was like, "Cool, okay, that just means you're fucking scared." Then his team reached out to me again. This was 2021, and then he reached out to me again. I actually have all of the messages on my Telegram, and I was like, his manager was like, "Okay, Richard, are you ready?" MDX, he said he's ready. He wants to debate. I said, I'm ready in an hour. I'll be ready. I said, I'll be ready in the next 12 hours at any point. Let's go. Let's fucking debate. And he said, no, sorry, I've got to do my pulse chain or my fucking bum chain or fucking Richard Fart. It's literally Richard Fart. Like, he just farted it off. Loves the smell of his own farts. And, yeah, he's turned me down 3 times. So if he wants another debate, I'm not even going to fucking do it. He's got to come to me. He's got to go on my channel and debate me on my channel. He can't just fucking say no. I say I'm going to go on his channel. It's in my court. But he's a pussy anyway. He won't do it. He just chats breeze at his fucking ass. He's called Richard Fart, and he sniffs and smells, and he loves the smell of his own farts. He fucking loves it. Nice. I'm thinking similar. Have you seen the partnerships that have been received at the Energy? Yeah. Would you recommend trading on evenings and weekends to be able to eventually quit? It's really difficult to trade whilst you have a day job because, when you put money to work, has to be your main priority. It's money you're putting at work in the market, so you got to treat it like a full-time job in itself, and it's so much more difficult at the beginning, and you got to fucking you know, if you're not putting all your time into it, then you just have more risk because you're not keeping your eye on the chart. So I'd say it's very, very difficult, but it is possible. And I'd say just simulate or just do paper trading for the first year, see how it goes, and then, you know, get into the market if you have a bit more time and if you feel comfortable. But it is difficult, you know, but it is possible because I did that. It's just hard. It takes a lot of effort. Legends, I got to sleep. I'm actually literally dying right now. I'm so exhausted. Got no energy. It's been a big hard day for me. But guys, hit the like button on the way out. Hope you enjoyed the content. Guys, go over to the links below, guys. Actually, Bybit's doing a $30,000 freaking bonus right now if you sign up. So Bybit and BitGet, you can also copy trade my the MDX trading bot within these platforms. So literally go to the copy trading stuff on Bybit and BitGet and click on copy trading MDX algo. You can follow our automated systems. Guys, I will love you and leave you. See you on the flippers, guys. Cheers up. Bye-bye.